Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Let me just put it back to comments. I think I've just got the mouse sorted. We are good to go. How's everybody doing? Happy Friday. We are here. We are here. Hope you've all had a good week. Tom, the Crummy Beard is in the basement. He's just expecting a delivery. Yeah, he'll be with us shortly. But yeah, slightly earlier stream this week. I've got a bit to do this evening. Got some responsibilities, including my fatherly responsibilities to do this evening. So I thought I'd better come on a little bit early and say hello to your faces. Because I haven't done, I've been on a few lives. I haven't hosted one in a little while. So I thought, come on, Mark, sort your life out. Yeah, it's been a while. Beers wise, oh, Jesus, a can of Blue Monkey flying out the fridge at me. Not you. We're not drinking you today. What are we going to do? It's got to be those Vice beers that I got from Crate Escape, I think. Oh, Tom has turned his lights on, which is the signal.
Hello, hello.
To say he's back. You right, mate?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, the delivery hasn't been yet. I thought, you know what? It's an Amazon delivery. I can see the tracker. He's going to be slow because they always are on a Friday for some reason. And always on a Friday, they want to show up at stream time. Doesn't matter what stream time is, it's then. So I've just dropped my phone down in front of me. I can see it. And when he's one stop away, I'll run away again. But I thought I'd come and have a chat while we're waiting.
Some of you eagle-eyed people will notice Tom has a new stance set up.
I can do comedy things now like this. If my knees would let me, but I can't. So, you know.
I've always enjoyed standing up. I've never done... apart from that Canadian trucker stream that went on for about 30 years, I never really sat down.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I've always wanted to do it, and then this space has never been. When I did this space, the intention was always to have like different, a couple of different options almost. Yeah. And the stood up pose, I think it's partly camera issue, partly partly the layout of the room and the other stuff that's in here. It always seemed a bit difficult, but I've been after a proper bar of this size, it's about foot deep and I don't know, meter and a bit long, for a while. And these popped up in IKEA of all places. It's actually a bit of outside furniture, but it was nice. It was nice and relatively cheap. 75 quid, I think it was, for the bar itself. And well, yeah, I thought I'd take it and give it a punt. We'll see what happens.
It's kind of funny because with the Pint 365, it is actually like being in your bar.
That was the whole point of that in the first place, and then it kind of just became a prop and so on. But it's all right. It's all right. Now it's telling me I'm the next stop, but oh yeah, it's here. I'll be back in a mo.
All right, no worries, mate. We'll leave it like this. How's everybody doing? Right. Join me on the dark side. Hello, mate. He says, afternoon. Careful dropping beers, lol. I know. I opened my beer fridge and the Blue Monkey beer just flew at me. Il Corvo, hello, mate. Casually mixing metric and imperial there, Tom. Only in the UK. We're still not over it, are we? We're still not over it. Let's get this Vice beer out of the bottle and into my beautiful Schneider Weiss glass. These beers, if you didn't see the video, these were from there you go. It's from a brewery called Arca. Now, they are a 450-year-old brewery. They're still family-owned to this day. They're from northern Bavaria, and their beers were £1 a bottle. I bought a box. This box. I bought a box of beers. It was 24 beers for £20. Insane. No, 24 beers for £24. Pound a beer. Insane. Absolutely insane. So yeah, and it's just a really nice. It's actually, it is a Weiss beer, but it's a Weiss beer Hell, which is a slightly different style, but it actually suits my palate better. It's a little bit more citrusy, definitely more spicy than a normal Weiss beer. Not so much banana, more orange. But I won't bore you with the details.
Hello.
Oh, I wonder what that noise was. I had a...
That's my terribly creaky hinges, or my knees. One of the
two. Christopher Boys, hello, mate. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to you, good sir, I was going to say. I've had a bit of a mind-scrambling day running around after camper van roofs and things. So lots of information into a small brain leads to brain farts.
Well, I think you've got plenty of info now.
Loads.
Just need to part with some cash now. That's the last bit.
Well, yeah, they're not cheap, these blooming things.
No, they are not. They are not. Have you opened a beer yet?
Yes, just opened up the most predictable beer in the world for me right now, the Arca Weiss.
Oh, in that case, I'll follow the same basic feed principle.
We shouldn't have done it. We should have got the wheel of beer out.
Well, you've opened it now.
Well, let's wait for people to get in. We've already got 20 people in, which is amazing. So thank you, everybody, for coming in. Say hello if you're new around here. If you're not new around here, say hello still.
Hello, you lovely people. Right, are you ready for a sound effect?
Oh,
I just ran this up the stairs, so it's probably going to go everywhere. You ready?
Oh, it just sounds good.
It does sound good. It sounds so good.
It right just then. Sounds good.
Glassware.
Oh. There we go. Look how good that looks for a pound a bottle. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely crazy for a pound a bottle. Your beer is that. So I should say actually, I've talked about this beer coming from the Crate Escape on the price, Tom. That beer was the same price from the same place.
It was indeed. Yeah, I was getting confused because I was like, I don't think I bought 24, but was it 12? It was 20. It was 20 for 20 quid.
Still a pound a bottle. But yeah, still pretty good. Did you do any research into the brewery, Tom?
No, truthfully, I reviewed it in a field, in a forest, in fact, and then forgot all about it. To be honest, so no, I haven't done any research into it at all. I probably should. I will do. I'll tell you what. Next stream, I'll come prepared with some quips and facts about what are their names. Hold on, we finished boring this.
Can you see how cloudy that beer is in there? It's the bottom bit of this bottle that's obviously been sitting. Watch how cloudy this goes.
Yeah, they are. They're definitely bottle condition.
Oh my lord! You can't really see it, but yeah. No, cheers, everybody! Happy Friday. Hope you've had a fantastic week.
Cheers, everyone. Have a good one.
It's just a good beer. There's no two ways about it.
As is that.
Disco evening greets. Happy damn Friday. Happy damn beery Friday. Beautiful people. Cheers. Cheers, Disco. Good to see you, mate. Join me on the dark side. More stouts gets rid of squeaky knees.
If that was true, I wouldn't have squeaky knees.
I was going to say that's been what you've probably highlighted there. Dark side is the problem.
Yeah.
Sam Smalley, good day, lads. Hello, Sam. I hope you're good down in Victoria. Yeah, I think your summer's over a little bit, isn't it? I've speak to Trav Wilson quite a lot, and yeah, summer's over. I think, boys.
Has it all gone downhill now?
Yeah, I think they've had a lot of rain. I think they've had Sam. You've had quite a wet summer, haven't you, down there? I don't think it's been the most stellar year for sunshine down in those parts.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
So what have you been up to this week then, Tom?
Well, it was a short week because obviously Monday was a bank holiday in which we did a stream. That's the last time we were on here.
Yeah,
that was good. And then it felt like a lot of people were mentally on holiday, either physically or mentally on holiday this week, work-wise, from the people I spoke to. It's a bit of a funny week, isn't it, post-Easter? A lot of people are off because kids are off and all that sort of stuff. So it's been, I wouldn't say it was quiet, but maybe not frenzied.
Yeah.
So it's not too bad. Other than that, the biggest thing I've done this week was buy this bar and put it together last night. It was, it was the easiest bit of flat pack furniture I've ever done.
and that's for IKEA.
Yeah, I was very surprised. Very surprised. It was really easy to do. Yeah,
I'm surprised they didn't just plonk a massive log down in your driveway and a bunch of screws and told you to build it.
I have been tinkering with some things as a result of this, and I just wanted to see if anyone can recognise the following sound.
Does it sound like this?
It does a bit. It does a bit, but it's now on my soundboard, so we can just casually just drop a if we want to, which is nice.
I'd love to regret that.
Yeah, probably. But just to give me an excuse to use another thing on the soundboard, what we need to do is say a massive congratulations to Chris's beer reviews, as he's just, and like an hour before this stream, hit 1,000 subscribers. He's hit the big 1K. So as a result, Chris, there you go.
Yeah, fair play, Chris.
Well
He's
done,
just
sir.
done a video. I think it's up to like 16k views now, I think.
Redonkulous.
Absolutely.
We won't
ridiculous.
talk about how it's exactly the same video that you did, but yeah.
No, he just, I think I don't know. It's just YouTube liked it.
It's just a mystery, but it's
Absolutely.
Video, so
well, fair play to him. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. He's a top guy.
Absolutely.
Right. Sam Smalley says, yeah, rubbish summer. Normally I'm tanned this time of year, not this time around. Yeah, that's what Trav's been saying. It's been really, really mild and lots of rain this year for you guys down there. Disco says, does that sound really get you goat, Mark? That's how it all started, Disco. Have you got one of those USB soundboards?
I've got an old iPad hooked up to one to use as one. So I've not gone all out. I've just used some nerdery to repurpose some old tech for it. Quite good though. It's working. I've not got loads of stuff on here. We can. I'm not going to ruin it all. We'll wait. The time will come.
So Tom, the Wheel of Beer. I think when I first started streaming on YouTube, I think this was coming to the end of its time.
Well, it didn't have a particularly long reign, and I'll tell you for why. Because, as you'll know, your beer stock changes quite quickly when you review beer.
Yes.
You get through a lot of stuff quite quickly. And I was listing individual beers, so it was like a dead, you've got to drink this. And it was basically non-maintainable.
Right.
When you're rushing to finish work and then jump on a stream, and then the last thing I've got to do is do an inventory for the Wheel of Beer. So it kind of fell off for that reason. But I've swapped it up, I've changed it around, and we're going a bit generic now. And hopefully it means that other people can join in as well. So the game will simply be, you've got to drink the thing you've got closest to what drops in. And we can go vague on this. So for example, I think British, German, and Belgian are 3 countries that are on there. It can be any beer from any of those countries, or you could have a British IPA brewed anywhere in the world, or a Dunkel, or a Hefeweiss brewed in Scotland, or anything. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be the exact thing. It's just the closest thing, open to a bit of interpretation. Should just make for something a little bit interesting, and we don't have to sit here and go, "Oh, what do I drink next?" It's going to tell us.
That's true. It tells us. And if anybody's got a beer stock at home, let us know if you want to get involved. Because I know, for instance, Disco normally has upwards of about 3,000 vessels of beer about his person at any one time. So you can definitely join in.
He's a thirsty man.
Oh, Sam Smalley says, a couple of us lads are doing a 3-for-10 sesh online this weekend. Looking forward to it. Your liver's not?
No, it's not. That'll be fun.
Didn't the 3-Fontaine guy pass away last year?
Oh, maybe.
The guy that started 3-Fontaine, I believe he did. Just to cheer you up.
My fidgeting. I'm still getting used to this setup. I'm not going to see what happens with the bar stool because I'm just messing around. I want to see what's the vibe like. That's nice.
That's good. I think the light's better as well. The lighting works better on your face when you're sitting down like that.
Yeah, I can tweak the lighting and put it up or down a bit. I think I'm going to move the light, to be honest. I'm waiting on some new tripody bits of kit to be able to set the camera up exactly where I want it. Because currently it's currently rendering half the room unusable on the current ball. So, but once that's all done, I'll move some stuff around. This is a first trial, but so far I'm enjoying it.
I like it. I think it's a better vibe. We have got Disco saying he's got approximately 100 plus in the stash, but only because I don't get enough beer reviews done at the moment. I'll tell you what, that is my problem. I reviewed a Brewdog beer last night, and it was strange turning the GoPro on. It was weird.
Well, it's a funny old thing. Sometimes if you do too many, then if you try and put out too many, then YouTube doesn't thank you for it. Is what I've learned.
I think that was
Sometimes.
part of my problem. I was putting too many beer reviews up. It wasn't the content wasn't mixed up enough.
Yeah.
So
Can happen. It's a funny old. I'd like to do more, and I've got quite a few bits of content in hand. So weirdly, everyone's going to see this slightly new setup, and then for the next 4 videos, it's going to be back to the old one because they're already filmed. But yeah, funny old thing.
I released a video the other day. I was like, "This is quite a good beer for mid-Jan when the weather's bad." It's like one from the vault.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Sam
I don't tend to
said,
keep.
Sorry.
Oh, just saying, I don't tend to keep videos quite that long, but yes.
No, it's just one I had in the vault that I wasn't that bothered about. And then because I hadn't filmed for such a long time, I was like, geez, it's Tuesday or whatever day it was. I was like, I need to get a video out. So I was like, right, come on, you. Dust you off and get you out. Sam Smalley said, he passed away about a year or so ago. Yeah, a lot of viewers looked up to him and paid tribute. Yeah, I thought so. Sam Smalley says, I've been on holidays, so my supplies are currently severely diminished. Oh, yeah, you Aussies love a drink, didn't you? Absolutely love a drink. Every pub, it seemed like every pub, Sam, and we were in Melbourne for 2.5 weeks. Every pub that we saw in and around Melbourne, a little bit on the suburbs, the majority of them were brew pubs.
Oh, nice.
So there was one particular one we went to on Phillip Island where they roast the motorbikes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just Phillip Island Brewing, and it was unreal. Unfortunately, I was driving, so I could only have a couple of thirds or schooners or whatever they call them, 2/3. But yeah, could have stayed in there all night. It was had kind of one of those vibes, you know, those bars in the middle of nowhere in America that are just surrounded by desert.
Yeah,
with like the porch out the front. It kind of had that sort of vibe. But
I know what you mean.
Good little spots. Have you done Australia, Tom?
No, it's warm and full of dangerous things. I've got family over there. I could go very easily. To be fair, it was one of those things like, I'll probably go one day, and then by the time one day comes around, you're lumbered with 3 idiot dogs that you can't really leave. So,
yeah.
Maybe one day. We'll see.
One day.
One day.
Well, we've got 16 people in. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. If you haven't liked the stream already, please do, because it helps a little bit. And if you don't know this guy, that guy, there we go, there he is. That's Tom the Commie Beard.
Hello.
Hold on. If I take Sam's comment off, it'll probably... There you go. Go and give him a little look if you haven't seen him before. As you can see, he is rather handsome, and he knows how to do a good YouTube video. Those drone shots had me envious, Tom.
A drone shot does not make a good video. It just helps make a bad video slightly more tolerable, is my argument. But thank you. And likewise, now, as of an hour ago, Mark is the only one of our little, I'd say our close-knit beer cohort. We've got many beer friends around YouTube, but there's a few of us who talk very frequently. And Mark is now the only one sub 1,000 subscribers, which we're not going to rib him for. We're going to encourage you to go and subscribe to him right now. So if you're not subscribed to, which way is it? That way, that man over there.
Hello.
I've got to reach out the shot now. There he is. Hold on. And if you do, he'll make this noise.
It's true. I will. And if you notice, there's a goat up there. Jack Howard got me that ages ago. So all links.
I didn't notice the goat.
So Disco says Australia, warm and full of dangerous things, says Tom. A not entirely unkind description of our man Sam here.
He's warm and dangerous. Disco says.
He's very cold and dangerous at the moment because the weather's turned down there. That's for sure. Trav's gonna have to have the what have I done here? Trav's gonna have to get the fire lit in his outbuilding, I think.
I would say so. If it's turned that way.
Oh, hold on.
What's happened?
Little bum pop there. Il Corvo says, he's a very good goat noise, to be fair. Versatile as well, could pass us his sheep.
It's true. I'm not going to get bored of that, by the way. That's going to be...
I've lived in the country all my life. I've had time to nail it.
You've been trying to woo the animals, Mark. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, I have been. Has there been any beery news this week?
Oh, yes. Okay. There's two big bits of beer news. One is, I want to call it a kerfuffle, a fluff, a lack of better judgment from Marks and Spencer's yesterday.
Oh, I saw that.
They released a T-shirt and it committed 3 cardinal sins. Basically, it was a craft beer themed T-shirt. The fake brewery that they listed on the back of it was the Craft Beer Company, which happens to be a real UK craft brewery. The logo itself was pretty much a replica of a different craft brewery's logo. And then just to really get hammered on Twitter by everyone else, they put something to the effect of proper beer for proper blokes or something on the back of it.
Yeah, that's it. That's something
very
like that,
well received, understandably. It's it's a bit arcane and not very craft beer either.
No, it isn't, is it?
No, it's a bit odd that. They got a bit of a slamming. I think people will have seen, but one that I think might have passed a few people by today was that Black Sheep have said they're open to investors or buyout.
Really?
They aren't struggling by the sounds of it. They've got good sales volume, but I think maybe they are struggling on the costs side.
Yeah.
They're not struggling to get beer out the door, as you probably can imagine. But yes, interesting. That's all I'll say. It didn't sound panic. Didn't sound we need an investor now. It just they're interested in having someone come in maybe to either temporarily ease the current, financial climate or help them. I don't know what really. They're open to a lot of options by the sound of it. It's not we need one thing or another, but. Yeah.
That is a really interesting one because I think we've seen a lot of the smaller micro brewers, small craft breweries. We've seen a lot of them go to the wall, close, into administration, liquidate. But we haven't seen a move like this from a big brewer, have we? I mean, Brewdog have always had their doors open to more investment. That's not, but certainly since the cost of living crisis was introduced and everything like that, this is the biggest brewer, I think, to sort of.
Yeah, it's the biggest one I'm aware of. I don't know. It's hard to tell what that really means as well because when businesses get to a certain size, sometimes growth becomes limited with who you've already got in the door, possibly. Mm-hmm. Maybe they've just reached. Maybe they've. I don't know. I'm not a business expert or analyst. I wouldn't want to say, but I guess it's possible that not them specifically, but any company gets to a certain point where they're successful and that growth is steady and maintained and looks impressive. I guess it only takes a bit of a financial, economic jolt to have that start to flatline, and then because the product effectively has sold itself before, maybe they don't have the people involved to. Kind of give it an extra jump that's not natural almost. You know what I mean? I don't know what quite the right words, but it's that.
No, I know what you mean. Yeah. I mean, if I can make it relatable, I mean, my uncle used to own about 18% of a team called Charlton Athletic, football team or soccer team for you Americans, because I've just seen Joey come in, hello mate. And my uncle's a very, very wealthy guy. Must be. I don't know. I don't want to put a figure on it. Probably, yeah. He's worth a lot. And he was involved with 11 other guys initially that bought the club, and they were also worth a good sum of money. And together they were a very affluent club, Charlton, back in the day. Well, maybe not affluent, but the individuals that owned them were. And very quickly, Abramovich went into Chelsea, and Man United got the Glazers, and football moved into the next phase. And I suppose for beer, linking it back to beer's moved into the next phase now. And very quickly, they weren't big enough to play those games anymore. So they had to open the doors to more investment. And with every new guy that came in had his own risks, and eventually it was one risk too many, and we ended up nearly bankrupting the club in one season.
There you go.
So I think it's the same with beer. The way the costs go up, you never know. Black Sheep could be struggling with output with all the costs going up. They could have maximised their output, and they can't go any further. They need probably another load of investment to either buy another plot of land. They need to build a new factory, a new brewery. They might need to build another section for more fermentation vessels. It could be that.
Yeah. It's all, absolutely. It's all possible. It's so we don't know. Again, it's a funny one. It was a BBC News article, so it was definitely, they weren't trying to hide it. It almost felt like a pitch. In some ways, as in, it was definitely a media article, but kind of the way it came across was pretty positive and maybe trying to get people interested who otherwise wouldn't have maybe looked at that kind of area before. So I don't know. Be interesting to see.
Well, there we go. Let's get some comments. Sam Smalley says, Disco, you cheeky bugger. How are you, brother? Darkside says, have you seen the Aldi tweet about Marks and Spencer's? They got their own back after they went at them with the Colin the Caterpillar thing a year ago. No, I haven't seen the Aldi tweet about that.
Yeah, it was. I don't know if they've done another one, but last night they just retweeted the article about M&S taking the product off sale due to copyright infringement, and Aldi's tweet was just a link to the article going, my, how the tables have turned. It was good.
That's hilarious. Joey says, cheers, everybody. Hello, Joey. Cheers, mate. Sam Smalley says, you guys have lost a heap of breweries. Yeah, such a shame. We've only lost a couple, but I definitely sense losing more in the next year or two.
It's rusting in here. Boiling up.
That's
the good thing about this stood up thing. You can get a cheeky striptease halfway through a show.
Yeah, we've lost loads, mate. I think it was sort of December, January, February time. It was like 2 or 3 a week, and they were names. They were names that you just recognise. They were, people like Unity. Big names in craft brewing, and some trad ones as well. Some have been saved. Skinner's, a big traditional brewer down in Truro in Cornwall, I believe. They had gone, but now I think they've had some foreign investment and they're back up and running again. So a few have been bought back. A few people, like Wild Beer, they went, but then another brewery bought all their intellectual property. So you kind of wonder what's going to happen there. Yeah. Bit of a weird one. Craig, hello, mate. Evening, boyos. How you doing, Craig? Good to see you, mate.
How do I do?
Joey says, my brother's father-in-law drives a Porsche. Sam Smalley says, Mike's girlfriend sister. No, I wasn't saying it like that. What I was saying was I had the inside. I was kind of on the inside of things. And it's funny when supporters of that football club talk about that period. And it's like the amount of information that I would hear from my uncle, because I was very interested. It doesn't always tail up with what gets put out there. So my point is, not everything is always everything isn't always as it seems. Or one of the points. Joey says that's a balling ass dog, Sam. Sam was an absolute baller. Sam says, how you doing, Joey, dude? So I've had a busy day today. I've been on the phone to Tom about 30 times. Tom, what about this? What about that? What about this? So I've I purchased a while ago. I bought a work van, and the idea was always to turn that work van into a camper. So the time has come. I bought a new van this week off my father, and it's meant that we can now convert the VW. Now, one of the parts of converting the VW is the pop-top roof. 2 things have hit me this week. One, how expensive they are, because that is no joke. And 2, the amount of choices, the brands, how, even down to some brands of roof haven't been crash tested, others have. And a minefield, Tom, isn't it?
It is a bit, yeah. And it's this slightly weird situation where unless you can go and find someone with the same van with the same roof fitted by the same person for every one of your options, to some degree you're always buying blind, and it's a lot of cash to be buying blind with. So yeah, it's a bit of a tricky old mess. But at the same time, what I can say is when you get it right, it is probably the best investment you can make to a little camper van. So yeah, tricky. Tricky.
It's that confusing. So I live in South Norfolk, and Norfolk is a big county, and on top of it being a big county, it doesn't have any motorways, so it takes absolutely ages to get anywhere. Geographically, these places are close, but by the time you've gone out via Belgium and back, it's a long, long way. So I'd driven up to Norfolk, which took me an hour and 15 minutes. Went and had a look at this particular roof setup and all these designs, and I'd sat in there and we'd gone through the books, and I got a price based off what I wanted, and it fitted the budget. And I was like, "Yep." I've rung you, Tom, didn't I? I was like, "I think we're doing it. I think we really like him. I think we're going to do it." And on the way home, I told my dad, and my dad was like, "Oh, have you seen that one just down the road from you?" And I was like, "Didn't even know it existed. Could have saved me 3 hours of my life." Went to see him. Saw another roof. That happens to be the same manufacturer as the one that Tom has got. And that changed everything. Now I'm like, don't like the other roof. Seen a lot of cues that make me say, don't like the other roof. It's just a minefield, and I'm well prepared for that to happen 2 or 3 times. Problem is, we're going away in mid-June. So we need it done before then. Well, we don't need it done before then. It would be nice. And the second guy, Tom, can fit us in before June.
Oh, there you go.
Which is worth something. That's worth something, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Right then. Joey says, doing good, Sammy. Getting ready for the top trombone player from Less Than Jake. I know not much about ska. I like a bit of ska music at a festival. Sam Smalley says, that'd be cool, mate. I enjoyed a bit of ska in my teenage years. It's a fun genre, Joey. Yeah, absolutely is. Always rad to see live. Yeah. I can't really... I've been to festivals, loved a bit of ska. You know, they normally sell the CDs. Bought the CD, put it in my car, and I'm like, what is this?
Yeah, it's just definitely better live, that style. Less Than Jake's an interesting one because it's more like, I always felt it was more like pop punk with trombones rather than proper ska, but I'm sure that some people would disagree with that. But yeah, that'll be an interesting interview.
I like it. Joey says he just gets hotels. His back is too old for camping. Well, the thing is, Joey, you've been in the armed forces, so you've probably camped. You probably camped for your entirety of your career in the armed forces. So I can't blame you, mate. Sam says, anyway, I'm back to sleep. No worries, Sam. Cheers, mate. Just tuned in to say hi whilst up to drain the lizard. What? oh, I see what you mean. I was going to say lizards Australia.
I'm confused by the use of the word lizard. It suggests his has got arms and legs.
I'll probably be drinking with Craig later. Cheers, lads. Cheers, Sam. Enjoy the rest of your night, mate. In bed. You've probably got a couple of hours left, and then you're up again. Boom, we're caught up with the comment. Oh, no, we're not. Joey said, I was actually Air Force. We rarely slept in tents. I'm just continuing the tradition. You know what? My father-in-law he'd done whole time in the army, which I think is 25 years. And they had a saying, is the army dig in and the Air Force check in.
There you go. I don't know what that means, but it sounds...
Well, the army dig in their foxholes, and whilst the Air Force check into hotels.
Oh, I see.
So,
fair.
Right, Tom, how are you getting on with that beer? And are you close for the wheel? Oh, here we go. Have I got the right glassware? I'll tell you what, Tom, hold the fort for 2 minutes if you wouldn't mind. I'm just going to grab a couple of generic glasses.
Okay, I've moved everything around and now can't see all on my screen, so I need to move this so I can read Joey's comment. He says, we would look down on the people in the parking lot in tents, like, get a room. Yeah, I mean, if you're camping outside a hotel, that seems a little bit touch redundant there, but yeah, fair. Anyone got any interesting weekend plans? I feel like this is a proper lull weekend. Everyone I spoke to is like, no, not doing anything. It's like weekend after Easter and everyone did everything last weekend, and yeah, I don't know. Be nice to do something. Weather's not looking... Actually, I've got to say, weather's not looking great. I think, plausibly, first barbecue of the year this weekend, which I'm quite excited about. I'd love to do a barbecue stream, but I just don't think I can properly set it up in the space I've got outside, really. Not without dogs knocking things over anyway. One day. But yeah, might get the barbecue out. That'll be good. And shortly, John's going, of course. John, from the very honest and not at all sullied Lord's Brewing Co., is going to a nudist car show. that I think Abby, the other half of Paul's Beer Reviews, sent him a link to. So, not sure what's going on there. Maybe a bit of couples bonding time. Who knows? You wouldn't want to get into something. I don't blame him for doing that early in the year. Though. You wouldn't want to go to a nudist car show when it's like 30 degrees out. That leather is going to stick. You are really, really going to stick. It's not going to be good at all. Joey says it's a huge weekend in the States. Basketball playoffs are starting tomorrow. It's my son's birthday. Oh, happy birthday to Mini Joey! And it's tax day tomorrow as well. That sounds less fun. Tax day. And Stu's in from the Logger Logs podcast, and he says, "Ooh, Crummy's got a standing bar. I do. Look, got a standing bar, which already is giving me backache, which I was going to complain about. Then I remembered that." Actually, sitting down where I sat before also gave me backache, and what I've learned is just things give me backache. So, not so much of a bad thing. This is not quite its final form. I need to move some things around. It'll probably end up looking much like this, though. But yeah, I want to I like the freedom. I can just walk over, just do this, look, and walk back again. And I can just go in my fridge, just here. This is, I don't know what I just did. But yeah, there we go. And he's returned.
We have said glassware. Now, I invested in Malta in a Teku glass.
Oh, nice.
I've wanted one for ages.
I don't know if that crosses the line into wine. I was going to say craft beer wanker. Yeah, sure.
It does, and I am.
It does. I'll be honest. Like, look, we all are that person at some point. Anyway, that's what we do.
We
right?
are.
But the stemmed Allegro was as far as I was willing to go. I felt like the Teku was just a step over the edge.
Oh, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, having a really high-end IPA out of a Teku, there is something about it.
Yeah, to be fair, they're not really for dark beers, and dark beers is where I buy my premium. So, yeah.
Right.
Yes. Anyway, is it time?
I think it's time. How do you want to do this? A separate window on StreamYard, or can you do it on
No. Just biggin me up. Biggin me up for a minute. I've got this ready to go.
It's time for the beer of the wheel of beer.
Right. Big in the window. Big in the window.
Right.
Right,
you've now got an issue, Tom, because it looks like you're weeing.
I am.
You know when you're drunk and they've got a window ledge at a pub, and you're like that.
just that. Right, can you make the window bigger or not?
Yes.
Let me. You can see the wheel.
Boom.
Right, here we go. Will it work? Will it work? Oh, it's going. And sour.
Oh, sour.
Damn. There you go. We've got the sour. So you can take me off full screen now. We've got to find the sour beer.
What have we?
I'm really disappointed.
No, I was just thinking if I've got any sours.
Oh no, has this all gone wrong already? You've not got a single sewer.
I don't normally keep them. They're just not for me normally.
I've not got many, but I've normally got one in, just as a rule.
Oh, Tom, we might have to.
Do we need to spin again already?
I think we might need to spin again already. I just don't keep that.
Okay. All right. You've not got a farmhouse or a lambic or anything close.
I mean, I've got a 750 bottle.
Yeah. Okay. I'll let you off. Right. Bigging it again. I'm going to do it again.
Oh, hold on. No. I have
the Marks and Spencer's one.
No, the surprise box that Chris and I bought from Beers of Crate Escape.
Ah,
there was definitely a lambic in there. And whilst I leave, there is a Lord's beer person. There we go. Right, 2 seconds.
So fast.
Look who it is.
Very nice to see you.
Very nice.
Very good. Very nice.
I like that every time you go on a stream at the minute, this becomes less and less things behind you.
Yes, it is looking very naked. I brought something fun for tonight.
Are we allowed to know about it, or is that for someone else?
I've got one of these.
Oh, hold on. Are you playing the Wheel of Beer with us?
Well, I don't know what's in it.
Well, find out if you've got anything remotely sour, because I know how much you love them.
Oh, I hope not.
They'll make for a good face.
I can hear myself. What's going on here? I'm doing that thing, you know, where you get an echo.
Echo. Oh, I got me then. Hello.
Hello.
I sound better in echo form.
Right, we have a Bellevue Goose Lambic.
Oh, that'll tickle the ticket.
Oh, John, did you buy one of those boxes?
I went down because I thought you're doing a live. I thought it might be fun. It might be fun to open one live.
Yes.
That's really unconvincing, but hey ho. So, and the box is very good, so I can use it for moving.
It is a very good box. That box made it into my garage when I cleared out my van on Tuesday.
It's
full
double
of bits
for those who want to move house.
Now, this has been knocking around for a while. The best before on this sour was end of November. But can a sour get any more sour? Will it be less sour?
It could pick up more funk, couldn't it? I suppose.
Anyway, this is from Chapter Brewing. It's called Suffering is an Art, and it's a 4.1% blackberry sour.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Well, that's
All right.
stupid, isn't it? It tells
What's
you
wrong?
what it's got in it on the back.
Yes.
Well, where's
So
the surprise in that?
When I saw that, I just ripped the lid off in full barbarian style. Just didn't even open the windows.
Right, okay, I brought a standing life. Right, let me just move the camera so you can see. Like that.
So
That's
this
the top of
box, for information, was £16 from the Crate Escape.
it is. That's exactly where I've been.
What a place that is, by the way.
It is awesome, isn't it? I'm very spoiled in Huddersfield for beer.
So, is this this Lambic's going to be what? Wild fermented?
Yes, I would think so.
Mixed
It's probably going to be mixed firm, isn't it? It's probably going to be a base farmhouse yeast that's going to have a bit of funk to it, and then I'll probably open top it for a bit to allow the.
That smells amazing. Apples,
Yeah.
pear, oak.
I'm a bit jealous. I would rather be drinking what you're drinking than what I'm drinking, if I'm honest. But
Well, John also has one. John, it's this bottle cap. If you want to join in with the beer, or the bit of the wheel beer,
That one there.
that's the one.
one.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I can't believe I'm going to say this twice in 1 week, and it's exactly 1 week. This beer smells a bit like Ribena.
Oh, yes, you did say that.
I did say that before. I said it tasted like Ribena before. This one smells like Ribena, but it is, to be fair, it is a blackberry sour, so it's not far off.
It could be the fact, Crummy, that you've got blackberries in your beard oil. Just
Could
saying.
be. Could be.
Is that an
Well,
actual thing? I don't know if that's
No,
a
I don't,
joke
know
or
I
not.
don't know what he's talking
I
about.
like that glass.
It's quite
Nice,
good, isn't
not
it?
bad little.
But then the next
Like
one,
ambience, right, let me get a glass.
I'll tell you what was interesting. They put in that box, and you'll see the bottle tops, John, so I won't ruin the surprise. They put a Budweiser and a Stella in there. And you might think, oh, that's a load of rubbish. And yeah, really it is, I suppose. But there is something interesting about those two and Chris said to me the other day, someone spotted that the Stella was the 5.2% version. And the Budweiser is the 5% version. Now, Budweiser hasn't been 5% for donkey's years.
I need to give a little shout out. I need to give a little shout out to anyone in the chat who's not currently subscribed to Chris's beer reviews, because I've just had a look, and so something's played a very mean trick on him and taken him over 1,000 subs, and it's taken a load away. It's only a handful. So,
No way.
Yeah, can someone pop a link to Chris's I mean, John, you're at a keyboard, so you might be able to do it. But pop a link into the chat, and then anyone who's not subscribed to Chris, because he's a lovely man, go say hello, tickle him a little subscribe, and let's get him back over the threshold.
Oh man, literally today, a Lydia alert, and he was on 999.
9999. Sorry.
Oh, he's only a little tiny bit behind.
We can do it. We can get him there again. We can get him the excitement.
We can.
Smells all right.
So Lydia claimed she was the 1000th subscriber.
That smells incredible.
I'm jealous. This is not unpleasant, but it's a bit like watered down crumble filling.
I mean, you can't really see it unless I put my phone on behind. It looks like a can of keg best bitter or a glass of keg best
look at
bitter.
that.
But I imagine
I'm furious.
it smells quite woody, so it wouldn't surprise me if it's picked up a bit of colour from a barrel it may have sat in.
Oh wow, that's
Didn't it?
That's good.
Apple pear spice,
I'm so jealous.
wood chip.
I'm so jealous. Stop it, you. Stop it.
Oh.
It's not fair.
Sweet baby Ray's love gravy. That smells amazing.
He's got a soundboard.
Have you got a Stream Deck, Crummy? Have you jumped in and bought a Stream Deck?
No, I've just got the iPad app or the iPhone app.
That is absolutely delicious.
Right. Is it really tart? Am I going to have a face like a smacked baboon's bottom?
Not overly. There's a bit of a gooseberry grape back end that brings a bit of tartness to it, but
here we go.
You don't want anyone gooseberry in your back end, though. Let's be honest.
It's true. I think you can get cream for that. It's got a lot of funk going on. The head's not dying either. Look at the colour of that bad boy.
I know it's mad, isn't it?
We need to shout out current chat because they've got Chris back over 1K. You've done it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, well done.
He's honestly top load.
Hold on now. There we go. Thank you very much. Round of applause.
I like this sound deck thing.
Ta-da, the beer light.
That just looks white now, John. There's a bit too much.
You need to do it at an angle. That's better.
So that's the colour, people.
It's like gold.
It's beautiful.
Solid
right,
gold.
here we go.
It is absolutely lovely.
I am infinitely jealous.
Isn't it?
But it's lovely. Wow. Oh, I like that.
Grace.
I'll let Chris know that
we have an explorer into the studio.
Oh. Hello.
Look at the hair. She had her hair put up after swimming today. Look at it.
She looks cute, man. Looks like what's it called? The American
Tintin.
cartoon. No, not Tintin. The American cartoon with the kid with the blonde hair that sticks.
Say hi. Good girl. Little wave. Say hi, yeah. Hi, John. Why?
No.
Say hello, you.
You a
Say
little
hello.
monker.
Say hi, yeah. Good girl. Right, off you go.
this is a diverse stream for over 18s and under 18 months.
I should have clicked. It is made for kids.
Maybe not.
Yeah, probably not. That's probably a good way to get banned from YouTube, I think.
Probably. It will be when John tells his Jimmy Savile joke again.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Don't say it.
I'm not going to do it.
Had to edit one video this week already.
Oh,
That's
dear.
the first lambic that I've willingly opened.
And was it good?
Nice.
I like it. Loads of character.
They vary massively, and that's because by the nature of it, because of that wild, uncontrolled part. some of them it can be so funky and acidic it hurts, and some of them can just deliver massive flavour, but with a pretty kind of normal, palatable beer body.
Yes, try
Which
this.
it sounds like that one is.
I mean, it is very
Right.
acidic, which is obviously what you expect from the start. It's very acidic, and it keeps up all the way through.
My daughter's just going to try a taste of it.
She is
But-
definitely 18.
It's got loads of elements to it. It's got like apple, pear. It's got a bit of wood, oak chip in there. Then towards the back, you get the grape, you get the gooseberry, with a whacking great sour hit. I approve.
It's a Gers Lambic.
Yeah. So has it got the salt? Salty back end, so to speak.
Pardon?
Yeah.
Let's have a little go.
I've just had a packet of grilled steak crisps, so it doesn't really taste.
I would say it is salty at the back end, yeah.
Yeah. So it's proper lamb. So it's a sorry. What was the description? A lambic gozer or
A Goes
Gers
Lambic.
Lambic.
yeah. Okay.
I'll
Sounds.
get them.
I think I've not had many, but I think the gozer, whatever the pronunciation is, that salt just keeps everything a little bit more rounded than the straight up super funky. You know,
It's got sugar. It says
There's
it's got
definitely-
orange and coriander in it.
Really?
That's what
Oh,
it
we
says
done
on
this
the
coriander thing last time, though, didn't we, with the seeds?
we did.
pack. Yeah.
Well,
something
while you're
called
having a lovely
Sinas
time,
chill. Sinas chill. Nice though.
Right.
Never really gets orangey for me, though, John.
No, me neither. More more apple, like you said
Yeah,
earlier.
apple and pear, absolutely.
Yeah. Up the old apples and pears.
Apples and pears up there. Go on then.
Lambic, innit?
Charlton won there. We good. Go on in the boys. 1966, we won the World Cup. Oh yeah.
Hey.
I feel like Paul's going to enter the basement now because that's his calling. That's his like.
it's a mating call.
Be like Pokemon. A wild Paul appeared.
As if by magic.
Right, let's
Cotton
get
in-
some of these
the cotton in
comments. I'm well behind in it. Joey says we would look down on people that in parking
Echo.
on the people in the parking lot in tents. Get a room. John says nudist car show. John,
Grammy asked what we're doing this weekend, and in
Oh.
reference to that thing that Abby sent, I thought it was
Oh,
funny
yeah.
to say I was going to a nudist car show, but I'm not really.
You'll say.
Joey says it's a huge weekend. Yeah, he'll be there. Joey says it's a huge weekend in the States. Basketball playoffs are starting. Tomorrow's my son's birthday. He's 13, and it's tax day tomorrow. Mate, have a good one. That is a big weekend, that. Tom and Stu are in, other boys. Oh, Crummy's got a standing bar. Yeah, I know. And maybe
Hey.
fall on your arse.
He loves the finer things in life.
The wheel, he feels the wheel. Is that how far we are behind? Jeez. Joey says we used to call that man we. Just take it out and we right there.
Man-wee.
Yeah, fair play. Sour power hour. It really is. It's bloody lovely. Jimmy Rushworth, hello mate. He says, Drury lads, what time are you on? What time are you on until today? We
Oh,
are going to be on.
Oh,
I'll pop to the gym for an hour, but back at 6:30. That's when we're finishing, mate. Unfortunately. I need some chatter to listen to whilst painting a ceiling and drinking Hop City beers. Ooh, I saw Jimmy sent me a WhatsApp today, and he got Hop City delivery. Daya. The headliners with Daya, Northern Monk, and so it was all collaborations. Very, very good. Luke John says, "Good evening, chaps and chapettes." Hello, mate. Joey
Hey,
says,
Luke.
"Luke John's in the building." He really is. Hey up, Joey says, "Luke John." Marquez, hello, my friend. Good afternoon, everyone. Tuning in from my local micro pub. Awesome, mate. Send me if you got me on Instagram, send me some photos of what they got on. I'll stick it on the stream. Thomas, you say, "Don't think I am." I'll sort him out. Fair dues. There's a link to Chris's beer reviews. Matt Williams. Hey guys, hello Matt. Chris was at 944. He's not anymore. John sorted him out there. Oh, Marquez says he's drinking a new Barnes and Verdant cask beer. I bet that is
Ooh.
excellent.
I don't think I've had anything from New Barnes.
I got a couple of bits and twisted hops from New Barnes. I had a really good like citrus lager in a small can. Did you not get that one, Tom? That the 250 can, the lemon
No.
sour lager, or whatever it was.
Crummy, what did you say when I said about going to the nudist car show? You said something derogatory, and I misheard it because I was eating crisps.
No, I didn't. You said you said something like I pretended I was going to the nudist car show, and I just said that's what they all say.
No. Before that, when you read out the
I
comment.
didn't suck off a horse. It was the same thing. I was driving through the middle of Manchester, and I happened to stop at a field where they had a nudist car show.
I can't remember the exact words. I know what you're referring to. I can't remember the exact words I used, but it was something to the extent of the what was it?
I think you called me dishonest or something. That's what it sounded like.
It wasn't dishonest.
Dishonest man.
I did say that's not what I meant.
Was it your subpar beer?
It was that, yeah. It's very tasty.
Subpar beer at best, wasn't it? I think it was.
I think so. Oh man. Oh my word! What a laugh that was.
That was a good weekend.
Gosh.
Oh dear. Basically, I said that you definitely wouldn't be going to a nudist car show because you're so honest, and I think I said you're honest and not at all. I don't think I said dishonest. Maybe not. Definitely not deplorable. I think might have been the word.
Savage.
I said definitely not. I said you definitely weren't.
He is definitely not deplorable.
No, definitely not.
Joey said, "Did John just say love gravy?" I'm going to use that. Yes, John
Yeah,
has
I did.
multiple
Yeah,
phrases
love
for
gravy.
that.
I like that next comment completely proved my point. That was good. I like that.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true.
Joey says, "Hey baby, want to taste my love gravy?" I'm sure that's a lyric from a John Bon Jovi song from back in the day.
Joey will know that there's Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, which I absolutely love, and it says on the cap or on the neck sticker, it says the sauce is the boss, and then underlined it says under the word sauce boss is underlined, which is my gamer tag, sauce boss. And so we went to New York, and then we just got silly. We got talking about this, and then every time I really liked something, I was like, man, that Sweet Baby Ray's love gravy.
Do you know?
I've heard you say it a few times. I just never knew why you said it.
It's good. Do you know where Sauce Boss came from? The phrase.
No,
it was from one of the OG YouTube channels, Epic Mealtime.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember Epic Mealtime?
Yeah.
I used to watch them when they used to make the massive burgers and stuff.
Yeah. That was like the early days of YouTube viral videos, wasn't it?
Are they still going Epic Mealtime?
Yeah, I think it went dead for a couple of years, and I think they start to re-salvage it last year.
I'm actually going to search them on YouTube now. I used to watch them religiously back in the day.
I've got a little chalice to match my big chalice now.
Oh, are you chalice?
I'm glad I looked at the screen when you said that.
C'était Antoine.
Epic Mealtime. Oh my god, I'm so glad you've said that.
So that's where is that what Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce is making reference to in the cap?
Yeah, he says they've got a video here saying Fight Week for the Sauce Boss.
Yeah, Sauce Boss is from that. I don't know about the Sweet Baby Ray's juice.
We have an emergency. We're out of Sweet Baby Ray's love gravy. It's all gone.
I'm sure you can make some more. It's just a man crying about barbecue sauce in the corner.
It's okay. I'm all right. I better cry.
I think
I'm so glad we talked about that.
I think I'm getting off scot-free from saying bad things about John based on Thomas's most recent comment.
Where is Thomas?
Savage. Hello, you intelligent people, and gorgeous John. Thanks, Thomas. That's like a veiled.
That was well executed. Well done.
Thank you.
Right, I'm just going to rattle through some of the comments.
I'll shut up.
She's like a little magnificent. She really is. And Joey says, "Off you go, back to the coal mines." Mark S says, "Joey Bravo quiff." Honestly, I think that might be what John was trying to talk about. Johnny Bravo, not Joey Bravo. Oh, that's Joey Edible, isn't it? Yeah, and Window Beer Reviews, Thomas says yes. Hello, you intelligent people and gorgeous John. Wearing a rather dashing shirt, by the way. What's going on here? Is this...
It's lots of little bottle caps that say beer on them.
I like it.
I think it was part of a pajama set, but I wear it anyway. It was in Tesco for like £1, and I was like, I'm having that.
Right, how are you getting on with that goose?
Nearly
I'm
fell
really
over
done.
mid-chair.
I'm just there. Are you done?
I'm done.
And I've got a little bit. Hold on.
To be fair, quite unfair because these are 250 bottles and Tom's drinking a 440 can.
Yeah, a little bit. I will
Drink
give a
up
mini
some.
review of this. I'll give a mini review of this, and it is out of date, so I don't want to badmouth Chapter Brewing too much because of this. But what's left of the sour in this tastes like really like crisp, bitter green apple, and then you start to get a bit of that like blackcurrant bit you'd expect in like an apple and blackcurrant dessert, and then it just turns to water after that.
See, that's the thing with sours. When sours are bad, they do turn to water. For me, a sour should be right up behind you with big, sweet, tart, if it is a tart, sweet sour.
Oh, you calling it tart?
And then at the end, it's sourness and just like mouth slapping, lips smacking sourness all the way. I think a sour should be right behind you all the way.
I love
Would
the
you
fact
say
that since the weekend that Mark now completely ignores my comments when I'm being silly after I tortured you during your beer reviews videos.
Did you?
Yeah, when you were making really stellar points, and all I was doing was being silly. Like when we talked about riding a goat. That one. Oh gosh!
What in the comments?
No, I just was being silly then, and you just completely ignored me.
Oh, sorry, mate. You know what it's like.
No,
when you
but
host.
it's because I messed around so much this weekend that you're just used to it now.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah. That probably is the reason. I mean, being entirely honest.
Oh yeah. I'm not having a go. I just thought it was funny. I just like he's completely used to me now. It's like Lydia. She never laughs at my jokes anymore.
Rasco's in. Hello, Rasco.
Rasco.
Joey says, John, quit being bad.
Bad.
Oh, my wife had. Oh,
Mama.
please tell me that's on the sound deck.
Not yet. No, I've not found a good enough one. I'll get it. It was a bit muffled from the previous video. I will get one.
Apes. How was the Leffe? Apricot chutney? Really good.
Is it?
I bet it is because it's sweet
Don't
anyway.
be fooled, because it says confiture on the front, which is more like jam.
Ooh.
Jammy jam.
And it smelled just like jam. And then on the back in small writing, it says for cheese.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
0%. Yeah. Probably an interesting 0%, though.
Yeah, actually, I take the mic. But
I've had their blonde or their nectar 0%. It was very good, actually.
There's one wrapped up in paper in this one. Right, are we doing the wheel of wheeling?
Yes.
Mark, make it big in it.
Where we go?
Big in the screen. Here we go. Are you ready?
Come on then. Where are we going now?
Oh.
Ooh. Beer.
Oh, I have got a good one for this.
I have got. I don't know if that is a stout. Is there any in that box?
Oh, do I want to drink it though? I will, because I'm sober.
Famous? No, he's not. He's never sober.
Well, how many times? And well, it might not happen to you often, but how many times have you done a live stream, especially Tom, because obviously buying good beer to review? How many times have you done a live stream? Gone into your room afterwards, or because I don't tidy up. If I'm smashed, I just leave the room and deal with it in the morning. I go in and I'm like, why did I drink those beers? Why? They're my good
yeah.
beers. The stuff I bought for review, you're an idiot.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't get that, but
I
I
know what
do
you mean.
drink stuff, and I think I should have saved that for a better drinking session.
Right. Do you want to see what I've got for this?
Go on.
Sierra Nevada Porter.
How did you get that?
What the heck?
I'll tell you where I got that. The place where everybody knows. It's the place where surely everybody knows that the Sierra Nevada beers hang out. Malta.
So they stopped making that 18 months ago.
Well, this is in date.
I've had it and I reviewed it, and I was really sad when I did because they said I couldn't get it anymore.
It was packaged on the 15th of the 3rd, 2022. So it's
They
probably
must have-
short date.
They must have bought it back then. They must have done. Okay. Anyone in the US, can you confirm? Is the Porter still available? Because it was definitely discontinued when I
I don't know how that is gonna. I don't know how that's gonna focus, but that says PKGD.
Yeah. I believe you.
The 15th of the 3rd, 2022.
Anyway, if it's the same one I had and it's the same packaging, it was beautiful.
I cannot see anything stouty. The closest I can get is this.
What is
Yeah.
it?
It is. It's a beer, Tom.
Thank you.
It's that Scottish heavy, the 71 Brewing that was in Crate Escape.
Oh, yeah, go for it. I mean, the whole point of the wheel is get the closest you can get. You don't have to be spot on. That's fine. I am going, unsurprisingly, for the chocolate orange gorilla. Actually,
Now I'm thinking I'll do that one instead.
I think I'd like you to review this though as an adjunct beer.
Okay, I will do the porter because you very kindly gave that to me.
You don't have to.
Nowhere near
I
a
would be
Brewing.
interested to see your thoughts.
This is nowhere near a porter or a dark beer. To
It
say.
should be dark, heavy, shouldn't it? It should be sort of amber at least.
Yeah, it should be at least amber or red, but it'll be very malt forward. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry. Hey, Marks and Spencer's pass off a porter that's lighter than that, so don't.
Oh, you've got to be kidding!
I mean, I can't really tell how dark that is in your glass, but it looked quite dark then.
It's not that dark. It's like
I need a dark beer glass now. The only problem with the wheel of beer is you get through a lot of different glasses.
Yes.
well, I haven't refreshed my glass after that last one. Oh no, I did. Sorry, what am I talking about? This is a second beer.
I feel like this is going to turn the beer really cloudy.
Oh,
Ready?
yeah.
Yeah. Well, here we are. Rash goes off. Mark S says, Crummy, I subscribed to your channel this week. The Guinness blind taste test was splendid. That was a really good video, that was.
Cheers, Mark. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Halfway through the video, I was like, Crummy, you've nailed it. And you were like, there's time for it to go wrong yet.
Oh, yeah. I always mess it up. Don't worry. I'll always mess it up.
Joey is on the water by the looks of things. And David Wilson's in. Hello, David. Hi, all. Hello, David. How are you, mate? I hope you're
Hello,
well.
mate. You're right. Have you had a good week, sir? I've had a very challenging week.
That's not good.
It's how do I explain? Lots of stuff going on, but nothing come off exactly how I wanted it to come off. But I think next week, it might be. It might all start to go the way I want it to go. It's just me being impatient. That's all.
Is it a series of minor inconveniences that just add up?
Well, it's just like our mortgage company's taking their sweet time, and we should have known a week ago, and now it's looking like we should have known today, but it's going to go into next week. So we should have completed on Wednesday, so we've rolled over that. Well, she was quite soon anyway, and I didn't think we'd be able to stick to that date anyway. And then the bar is just the agents are just taking forever to write up a contract. It's not us holding it up; it's them.
Oh dear.
So I'm like,
The thing is, the summer's nearly here.
mm,
That's the worry. You know, the daytime drinkers, you know, and all the rest of it. It's not totally dependent on the summer, but you want to really be ready for the summer, don't you?
I do, yeah. That is not very nice beer. Sorry. But I don't know if it's because do you know what it might be? It might not be that there's anything wrong with this beer. It might be because it's just a massive jump from a Gers.
Yeah, your taste buds might be a bit squiffed by the previous one. Keep with it. You might acclimatise. We have it even without drinking anything before. I really like the style, but sometimes it can take a quarter of a pint in small sips before I go, okay, now I'm into it and now I appreciate it. If that makes sense.
I'm having the same thing with this. I've really got the same thing with this.
Yeah, so it's just that Gers has just had a party on our tongue.
Yeah, that Sierra Nevada Porter is absolutely solid. So the fact that you're not sure on it, that messed you up.
It's funny because I had a sip when I first opened it. I had a sip, and I was like, "Where's the flavour? Where's the flavour?" And I can tell because I know my taste buds are squiffed. I can tell it's a very, very roasted porter, very aggressive roasted porter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's all. But all I'm getting is that really roasted bitterness at the back at the moment. So my taste buds are pretty buggered.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear.
Yeah, this is not a badly put together beer actually, but this is a 3.9 and I started on a 5.5. So I am backtracking on my comment because there's nothing wrong with this.
Well, do you remember, John? We drunk. When was it? It was before Beerex, and you'd just been to Crate Escape, and you bought that mad mixed firm champagne.
Yeah, it was some sort of brute IPA thing, but it was like 20 something quid a bottle.
It was like mixed firm brute IPA, blah 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 blah. And we had that first, and we went and we worked our way down to Sleeper Lager. Do you remember?
Yeah,
and it was like jarring how weird because the beers that you know and beers that you're really familiar with, you were drinking, going, "What?"
Yeah, literally didn't like drink. What was it? We had. What do we have now? And I'm like, it might have been Baller, and it just didn't taste of anything.
No,
and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that's what it is.
And it would have been the first run of Baller, and it would have been probably a good time to drink that Baller because that would have been 2 months or 3 months after it was canned.
Yeah, it wasn't long. Wasn't long. Oh.
But yeah, really, really roasted. Coffee mainly. Definitely getting some dark, bitter chocolate notes on the nose.
I hope your
caramel
taste
treacle. It smells good.
So I hope your taste buds kick back in because I think that one is a solid, just straight up craft porter. I really liked it.
Yeah, now I'm picking up treacle and caramel in the flavour that I wasn't before. I'm picking up a lovely milk chocolate note that I wasn't picking up before. I'm getting that really strong, freshly ground coffee sort of bitterness at the back.
I can't honestly. Well, I'm getting from this is a big old malt base, a malty base, and a like hints of coffee. But taste wise, it doesn't taste dissimilar to something that's like roasty dark, but it's definitely not dark in colour. It's got a breadiness to it, but I'm struggling to taste it compared to that last one.
Is a Scotch? How far removed, Tom? Because you're more into your traditional beers. How far is a Scottish heavy from a mild? Because ABV wise, they're probably around about the same.
No.
Well, that's 3 point what?
3.9. This is.
So, okay. that's then I would consider not a traditional one. Someone please tell me if I'm wrong, but every heavy, so they are and aren't the same thing. A wee heavy and a Scotch ale. And I think a wee heavy is meant to be a lower ABV equivalent of a Scotch ale.
Okay.
And based on what you just said there, I think that must be the correct. 'Cause most of them that I've had have been Scotch ales and not wee heavies. The traditional Scotch ale is like 6, 7, 8%.
Yeah.
Huge malt bill as a result. Lots of caramel notes, a bit of red berry. Think of it like an ESB, but with like a much more bready malt base almost.
I had a really good one from Black Isle, actually.
Yes, theirs is stunning.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing the wee heavy is meant to be trying to do that, but on a sessionable level. Certainly
Okay.
that one is anyway. I'm surprised by the coffee, but I've not tried that one.
It could be just me out of whack, but
It's entirely possible. Again, I've only had the stronger ones, to be honest. So I'm not too familiar with the lower ABV version.
it's not unpleasant. Put it that way.
Good stuff.
Right,
Mark,
I've got
a few
descriptions.
comments. We have some interesting info.
Yes. David wants to challenge into. David, I hope. Well, it's the end of the week now, mate, and he's got a beer festival tomorrow. Have a
Good
great
man.
time, mate. Ilkorva says moving house is one of the worst things we ever do, apparently, in terms of stress caused.
Oh, mate, I've got like literally. I'm sat here and my neck and my shoulders are aching, and it's purely from stress. There's no other thing. I've been at it all day.
Tension.
Yeah, it's killing me.
Connor Jackson says, "Hi, Mark, Crummy, and John. I hope you're all well. Are you going to
Hey,
be live
Connor.
for a while, Mark? For another 45 minutes, mate. I need to nip out for an hour, but I'll be back to have a beer with you if you're still on. You probably miss us, mate, but have a great weekend, Connor. Thanks for coming in. Pops in, Alan, mate.
Hey, Rod, you all right?
Cheers,
Buddy.
gents. By the way, just checked that you can get cans of Sierra Nevada Porter direct from the brewery shipped to the UK.
Win.
Excellent.
So-
That is very good news. I'm going to go and find some after this stream. Worth noting though, for Connor who wanted a beer later, that I think Chris is going live at 7.
Yes,
He
Chris
is.
is going live later with Barry from All the Beer, No Idea.
There you go.
Pop scene, nice to see you, mate. I'm open. All being well, I'm opening a bar in Huddersfield, a brewery tap. So you'll have to come along and try my beers.
Nice.
I'm sure there'll be an opening night, won't there?
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, if you want to come along, that would be awesome.
Dave Wilson says, Mark, miss beer, which beer you have? Obviously, I showed the porter, and he said that's a lovely beer, Mark. I'm now my taste buds are sort of not, being bent up on my tongue from that goes. It's actually picking a lot more
Yeah.
flavors out, and it's really quite nice.
This is getting nicer.
Awesome.
It's sweeter now, if anything.
Yeah, they should be quite sweet.
Mm.
That's one thing I was missing, that little streak of sweetness through here, which I picked up in the milk chocolate a little while ago. It just felt like I only got the really aggressive flavors.
Right.
And then David Wilson's put a link to the Sierra Nevada.
There you go.
I love a bit of Sierra Nevada. I do.
There you
It's
go.
just good beer.
I'm going to go and find that link right now in the main. There we go. Thank
And
you, David.
interestingly, we had a little chat. Was it on Monday, Tom, about the hop harvest and what goes on? Hey, Lids, you right?
Oh, is it?
Mark said,
Hello.
hello. It's my wife.
Hello.
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 Paul texted and said, is it all right for coach to go to their house?
Oh, right, okay. That's fine.
Everyone's listening in to your day-to-day arrangement.
It's trying to herd cats, and they're all at that age now, and they've all got their mates, and they're busier social lives than me do, don't they?
They do.
So
And where the tax.
Well, my daughter's 18 months and she's like that. She's got everything going
yeah,
on.
they are when they're little. Yeah, they are.
Just-
But now it's like they've all, where Casey was with her mate today and went swimming, and then
Oh, I took them.
yeah, and then was she a
She was
sleepover?
at a sleepover last night.
Yeah, and then
Then she was at her friend's this afternoon.
the boys have been at a football camp. David
Still
Wilson
busy.
says hello.
Hello. I just need to quickly know what you want for dinner.
Everything
Can I have
twice.
creamy pasta? Love it.
We're all intrigued now.
Um,
Who's gonna
Sorry, this
pick?
is very interesting. interesting conversation.
Creamy pasta. What, that one with the
The bacon and
mushrooms?
mushroom. Oh, it's my favourite.
Mushrooms are the devil's work.
What?
I like mushrooms.
Horrendous things.
I just don't fancy it. But
Oh, you know that
okay.
really nice meal you've just cooked? Why don't you just ruin it with these spongy, rubbery, earthy tasting things? Horrible.
You're all
It couldn't
wrong.
look worse either.
You're all wrong. Sorry.
Just get
Couldn't
these-
be worse. It's nothing worse. I go through the round table. I go to like a lot of meals, and it's like set menus and stuff. And you arrive, and you go, "What have we got?" They go, "Starter, cream of mushroom soup."
Oh, what? Who does that? Who does that?
Who does that?
Like,
Minging,
Oh, then-
foul. Anyone that eats mushrooms, no.
no, I'm with you with the cream and mushroom soup. That's like, of all the soups, that's second. In fact, that's probably worse. Then you've got tomato soup right after that.
No.
Oh no, tomato soup sucks.
Oh,
When do we- when do we-
Go on, Tom.
I was gonna say, when did we descend into the great soup debate?
Look, I was playing on Forza on Twitch the other day, and there became a full battle over soup, over the fact that people said that tomato soup was all right. It's not all right.
Are we talking tomato or cream of tomato?
Cream of tomato
Is the good one?
is the awful one.
No.
Both are unacceptable. I'm sorry.
Tom's gonna have a Connery here.
I'm just gonna sip it.
Dave Wilson says, "Mark, guessing you don't like the squeak. Is that bubble and squeak?"
No, as in the squeak of the mushroom, as in the rubbery texture.
Oh, they're just minging, mate. They're just they look absolutely horrible when they're in that like punnet thing. They're always covered in mud,
That's
and
not mud. That's poo. Normally,
they're just rank. They got that bit under it. Looks like a fish's gill. There's nothing about them that's remotely appetizing. Rank things in the bin. Disco says, "Oddly, you don't like mushrooms, Mark, being that you're such a fun guy." Oh, hello, mate. A Slurpy Dave
Hold on.
taking over the disco, the disco account. I'll tell you what, Disco's not far behind Slurpy Dave, is he?
Mm-mm.
Not at all.
Right.
Lord's beer person.
Winding. How are we doing on this? Have we got time for one more beer of wheel of beer? Beer of wheel.
You've still got 40 minutes, mate. You're fine.
We could get
Sweet.
two more in that time if we get our drinking shoes on. I should have deployed the stretchy trousers before this.
Ben Matthews, disgusting. But right now, Brewdog are probably making it. But no, can you imagine that?
The thing
I'm all
is,
for
if lots of people make that beer, there'll be not mushroom on the market for it.
Oh.
Hold on.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Yes, do you want me to be spinning the... How much beer have you got? Are we there yet?
I've got a wee dribble left.
What about the beer?
I can't drink all this.
I'll tell you what, I'm getting old now. You know when you go for a wee and you put it back in your pants and it dribbles out a little bit? That dribble gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm getting old. Sorry. It's the truth. Darkside says, you need to be a fun guy to like mushroom. I see myself out. Horrible man. Horrible man. Disco says hi. David Wilson says hi, Disco. Rasco says, sorry, Darkside, I beat you to that one, but I applaud it, lol. Right, these breaded mushrooms, or had Chinese mushrooms once, and they popped in your mouth like eyeballs.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Yummy.
I get what people are saying, but why is anyone sat there going that? Why are you expecting that almost? Like, where's that? Why is that where your mind goes?
What, pop in your mouth like an eyeball?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Some people have texture issues, though, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not that person, so I don't really get it. But hey, more mushrooms for me. If you lot don't like them, I'm fine with it.
I was happy when we went for that breakfast before Great Escape and they had no mushrooms on the menu. or black pudding. What is that? Oh yeah, I'll just have a little disc of.
amazing.
I'll have a little
No,
disc of pig's blood, please. What?
Lovely.
Yeah, kick. Oh, we can't kick him out. It's his own stream. Damn it.
Foul.
No,
This
it's
guy
not
says,
foul. It's made from pigs.
While B used to do a mushroom ale, even I held off getting it, but then it sold out and I regretted not trying it. You'd have saved yourself about £7 there, Disco, I think, mate.
Savage. Mark's. I've now found Mark's kryptonite.
Mushroom.
Honestly.
Mushroom, black pudding mushroom. Or mushroom.
Anyway. Oh, David Wilson said he loves black pudding.
Yeah, I love black
Me
pudding.
too. It's fantastic. What are you
And
doing,
at the
Mark?
cafe that I took you to, it was cooked to perfection.
It was good because Dictionary Corner doesn't like it, and the breakfast that me and Mark ordered, we ordered the same one, didn't come with it, which I hadn't realised. But then I got hers, so I won anyway. So that was good.
That's a
And
win.
by the way, how big were Chris's and John's breakfasts?
They were the size of, I only bought this bar because it would fit that plate perfectly.
And I left nothing but part of an egg.
Honestly, that plate, it was the size of a, I don't know.
It was like a Scania's hubcap.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we do the wheel of Dontras angle?
Mm.
Come on then.
Are you
Oh,
ready?
let me make you big. Let me make you big again, Tom,
Big in it,
on the
big in
screen.
it. Here we go. Sometime soon. There we go. Oh, you've got to drink something that's local to yourself.
Mm.
So there we go.
Oh.
Well,
Bring us back down to earth, Mark. We feel all big and inflated in this view.
Oh, sorry, mate.
I've got one of my beers, but it's in the fridge.
That's what
it's
you're gonna
only
have to
just
get.
gone in the fridge.
Annoyingly, I've just drank one that's local to myself. I'm gonna have to get another one. I don't know if I've got anyone else's. Hold on.
Can we have another spin? Because I ain't got nothing for that.
If both of you agree, I'll do a spin it again. Mark's left.
Yeah, spin it again, mate. I've only got
All right.
a umbungo thing, and it was absolutely rancid.
I'm going
Here
to
we
drink
go,
in a conga.
Here we go. And the second spin.
Oh, no,
Okay,
we just had that.
let's do again.
I think the wheel's drunk.
We're going again. We're going again. We're going again. It's drunk. It
I
is
love
properly
it.
on one.
17th time lucky.
Come on.
Robbie's wheel of doom is broken.
What are the chances?
I think you've got to press it more than once. Like,
No
give
way.
Give it a couple of jabs. So,
Right,
like,
I'm gonna have to take over and go manual. Hold on. Stay there. Stay there. All right.
That's
This is
4
amazing.
stout porters in a row.
I know.
We'd be
No, it's not
would be
always that
pretty-
because we had sour and local. Oh yeah, what? Hold on. I'm gonna try it one more time before I take over manual.
Da, da, da. Da, 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 da.
It's broken.
Do it again.
Hold on.
We'll have to keep going until we get a different result.
What is going on?
There we go.
Oh,
Macro.
Got to
Macro.
get a big brewer.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Yeah, I've got loads of stuff like that. Stella Odra. From Belgium. 5.2% Stella. Doesn't get more macro than that, does it?
Yeah, I'm going for.
I've got a 440 can of Budvar.
Triple card.
I've got given that you lot have been taking much lower volumes than me, I'm going for a 330 Heineken. John's gone for a triple Carmelet. I like that. That's brave. I like that.
Or I could get. Oh no.
No.
What about?
What ABV is that Corona, John? Because the Budweiser's 5. Oh,
Don't know if that counts.
Yeah,
No,
Goose Island's definitely macro.
Yeah, they're owned by AB.
Corona is 4.5.
Yeah, so I think the normal Corona now is 4,
Right.
isn't it?
I've got to go and round the dogs up, and so Dictionary Corner can get in the house. I'll be back in a mo.
Who let the dogs out? Woof, 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 woof.
Mark Smith with his new barns. It's on a one show thing, so I've got to show it now, otherwise it's going to fade off. Look at that.
Corona.
New Barnes Verdant IPA here in West London. Look at that. Enjoy that,
Corona-
Mark.
Corona
It's not
beer.
Mark Jones, it's Mark S.
Right, Corona beer in the UK.
I think it's 4%.
4.5. No,
Oh,
It's
because the
definitely-
Budweiser and the Stella are different.
let me have a look at the Stella. Stella Artois. Stella is okay. So in the UK, the bottles are 4.6, and this is 5.2.
Yeah. So I think
Mm.
if I didn't know any better, I think that box is from Belgium.
Belgium. I'm going to go and wash the proper glass out because I feel like that's
Stella
the right
Artois.
thing. Stella Artois.
Well, that Cantona, didn't he do a Stella Artois advert?
I think so.
Got myself a Bud Fire in the wrong glass. Boom.
Haven't you got your proper Budweiser glass?
I do, but it's downstairs.
Oh. I'll be with you in a sec. Unfortunately,
I'll get some comments actually whilst I'm here. Darkside says, mushroom soy sauce is great on Chinese. I could probably put up with that, to be honest with you. Everyone has the right to be completely wrong, but I'm afraid Mark is now rather abusing the privilege. He said, and he also follows up with, Disco says, I think we might have got stuck in some sort of stout porter infinity loop. Yeah. It was probably telling us something. Ilkora says, don't drink that Corona. Life is too short, as is the stream. I know, I've just got to go at 6:30 because my wife's going to go to an event and I've got to take care of my daughter. So- Ben Matthews says, I'm on the old IPA. I think that qualifies as macro. Yes, not craft. That is for sure. And Ben Matthews also says, he is absolutely right. Cantona was Cronenberg. Yes, he was. Sorry, mate.
You know what we should do? You know, we've still got the Discord server. Next time we do the wheel of drink alongy thing, we should open it to everybody else, and then everybody can load their photos into the Discord, and then we
Yes.
can show what everybody's drinking. That'd be fun, wouldn't it?
That would be good.
We haven't done that for a long time, so right.
Oh,
I've got-
5-2 Stella. That's going to bring back some memories.
I just don't ever remember it being. No, that's not true. I remember Stella being strong when I was young. When
When I was young, probably
90.
16, 17. In my local drinking establishments where I used to live, Stella was 5-2.
The dogs are now in the room and likely to knock the camera over.
Oh
We could hear the chatter of their claws on the floor.
The tippy taps.
The tippy taps.
Sas, come away.
Who's that? Who's in the room?
Saskia and Nanook at the minute.
Oh,
No,
good doggos.
Saskia's now left.
She's like, I cannot be bothered with you.
Oh, Il Corvo says he's got a Sierra Nevada Pale about as good as macro gets. Got to count as macro, yeah.
They're still independently owned, but yeah, I guess on volume, yeah.
Slightly skunked.
I think that might just be Stella, though, mate.
That's true. It could be. It could be.
So how's everyone enjoying their macro beer then?
I'm not
It's
on it
all
yet.
Tommy!
I had to leave the room. And in terms of volume, I think I've drunk twice the volume you two have had with your tiny bottles.
Don't have to worry about that, mate.
Easy. Tom, we're getting Tom drunk. Du-du-du-du-du.
So I've got a tiny Heineken.
Hey, she's got his Heineken.
No, this is stop. This is not how you make a blue movie. This is not ready.
It's not ready yet. So, John, tell the lovely people of the YouTube world how long you ferment your Pilsner for.
3 months.
That's a long time.
Proper. It's good though.
That is proper.
It's properly good.
It's very nice.
We're using some special yeast at the moment that we've never used before, and it doesn't fart out huge levels of sulfur. So,
Unlike the brewery owner.
Unlike me. We're interested to see what it does. It's a bit of a risk, but we thought, well, we give it a go. So it's very good, very nice.
3 months.
It's got to be right. It's got to be old school. We've got to do it how it's meant to be done. Otherwise, there's no point in doing it. It might as well just be called a lager, multi-lager.
Yeah.
I mean, the lager takes 6 to 8 weeks.
Which is good. Because 4Pure have got some 40-day lager out or something. Which is
What's that,
4 weeks?
5.5 weeks.
Woo!
Yeah, 5.5 weeks.
40 day, yeah.
You're like, oh, well done.
Yeah. It's the way they stamped it across the can. Well done, boys.
Well done. Big round
I
of
should put it
applause.
on my
Hold on. We can give them a round of applause for their 40 days.
Finally making beer properly. Fair play, 4Pure. I don't mean that really.
Savage.
Kind of do
It's gone wrong already. It's gone wrong.
Were 4Pure, they were owned by the same company that had Magic Rock, weren't they?
Yeah. But
Lion,
Magic
is it?
Now, yeah, Lion. Yeah.
What happened to 4Pure? Did the company that owned Utopian buy 4Pure as well? Was Magic
I don't
Rock?
know. It wasn't
think
4Pure's whole thing about being like boring. I thought their brand, that was their SP was that there was no fancy cans, no special gimmicks, no anything. It was just like, this is beer. The beer
In a can.
stands, the beer's in a can, and it stands for its own thing. I thought that's what they were about.
Hmm.
No, Utopian looks like, 4Pure have gone into Utopia as well.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably why it's got a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Odyssey
Beats their
Inns
6
Limited.
day lager or whatever they did before. Dave Wilson says Il Corvo, that is one of the best beers in the world. I absolutely agree. A Sierra Nevada Pale will put a smile on anybody's face.
True.
Neil Long, hello, gentlemen.
Hello,
Mr. Long,
Mr.
how
Neil
are we?
Long. Hello, sir.
Righty.
How are you?
My virtual tour guide whilst I was in Malta told me all the best spots.
Nice.
And I went out with him in Liverpool, and then he had to take Captain me home because Captain was wrecked.
But of course.
And in other news, the grass is green and the sky's blue.
There you go.
Good. I like it a lot.
David says hi to Neil. Neil says hi to David. Boom. How's the macro beers going down, boys? Crummy, that's probably quite the come down.
It is quite the come down. The only redeeming feature that this Heineken is a legit one brewed in the Netherlands, so it's not quite as bad as it otherwise would have been.
Yes,
but yeah, from and I know John's going to pull a face when I say this, and I'm not saying this because he's in the room because it's not true. But from genuinely the best chocolate orange stout in existence to this is a big drop. And I'm not trying to. I'm not
No, you're
goading
right.
you on that one.
No, you're
it
not.
is. It's why I wanted you to review it, Mark, because it is just it's Terry's chocolate orange in a glass. It's so good.
I think I was trying to count how many Blue Monkey beers I've had. I've had Silverback. I've had the 2 Silverback variations barrel aged. I've had the
Yeah.
coconut mild. I had the amaretto stout, 4.5%.
They took to Beer X, yeah.
Yep, that. So I've had 5 Blue Monkey dark beers and 1 Blue Monkey golden ale
Yes.
or golden.
It was double dry hop golden IPA.
That's the one. I can say from what I've tasted, Blue Monkey don't miss on dark beers.
No,
So
they don't. Interestingly, that amaretto one, they take that to pretty much every national scale event from what I've seen. And what's really interesting is they take it there because it always wins awards. People in general always love it and they think it's fantastic. It is my least favorite variant of their Gorilla Stout.
yeah, that was it. I think it was. Was it called? No, it wasn't called Amaretto Gorilla. Was it called? Like
It was
chocolate
it's
Amaretto.
chocolate amaretto Gorilla, yeah.
Yeah. That is it. Yeah.
Yeah, and the chocolate orange stout that you've got in a can is still Gorilla. They just didn't put it on these cans for some reason. It's the same beer.
Crafting it, separating their brand.
Yeah. But interestingly, despite how well it does in awards and the general public opinion, every time I see another reviewer, it's normally on Instagram, they've grabbed a photo of it, saying tried this, and I'm like, what did you think? I've always messaged him as soon as I see him try it. I'm like, what do you think? And every review is always like, it was all right. And like,
Sorry.
you okay?
Yeah, no, sorry. I did that thing where I should have kept my inside voice and I didn't. My outside voice leaked
Okay.
out.
Yeah, okay, that's all right. Well, you can tell us all about it in 2 seconds
will,
because I'm nearly
I
done. But I just think it's interesting that people like the real beer geeky people are like, okay, it's all right, it's fine, and but everyone else loves it. It's just a bit of a. I understand why they take it, but if I'm telling people, as I do often, go try their beers, and that's where they first tried that one, I'm always like, yeah, probably not the one I'd have pushed you to.
I actually quite liked it.
No, don't get me wrong.
But I love
it's there and it's
almonds.
nice.
Almonds,
Yeah, well,
anything.
if you like amaretto, then it's probably up there. But I think it's probably the most adjuncty of their beers.
There we go. John, what did you screech at?
I discovered that the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, is that what you're on about, Tom, the other day?
There's 2. There's Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, and there's the Nottingham Robin Hood Beer Festival. That's the big one.
Right.
I'm going to both. I'm going to both, though. Why? What are you going to say?
Which was the one that you were telling us about in chat?
I've probably told you about both, but the one that I was telling you about last weekend was. I realised on the video I said the Nottingham Craft Beer Festival, and I was wrong. I meant the Nottingham Robin Hood Beer Festival, the big camera one.
Because Nottingham Craft Beer Festival is my birthday weekend.
Well, I'm going. Come down.
What date?
It's on the 16th of June.
Oh, for God's sake! I'm in France.
I've got tickets to the Friday afternoon session.
I just knew you were going to say June. I just knew it. I'll tell you why, because David Wilson's just put something in here. Anyone in London for the 17th of June at Fuller's Breweries, Fuller's Brewers Alliance Beer Festival. No, I'm on holiday, and I just knew when you said that it was going to be June.
Sorry, mate.
Well, it's all right, because we've already got another date in the calendar for Nottingham anyway, when you aren't on holiday, so it's fine.
It's not in the calendar, though. We need to make those improvements this weekend. We've got an idea, or we've got a plan.
Well, it's in my calendar. That's all I can tell you.
Very good.
What date is that?
We agreed this last weekend.
I was absolutely smashed. Well, no, I wasn't smashed last weekend.
Well, I think it was the next day. But anyway, I was the first weekend in June.
Yes,
Second, third,
I have
fourth.
that. I have that in.
Is that the Robin Hood?
No, that's not. That's no festival. That's just me showing you around.
So what weekend's that? That's the
2nd, 3rd, 4th of June.
2nd, 3rd, 4th of June. 2nd, 3rd, 4th of June. I might have
Make
to
it
go.
We can sort this. We can sort this later. It's fine.
No, we can't. We can't.
Okay.
I'm doing it right now. Can I get a premiere in? Yes, I can.
Well, let's talk about
John,
let's talk about
sod that.
competition later.
Yeah, we'll have the conversation later, but I could hook you up with something. Oh, no, I can't. No, I might be able to, actually.
I'm not going on that rotating bed in your van again.
But there was road petals and everything.
It's true.
And leather.
Mm.
Oh dear. Yes.
That's
Let's
on
chat. Let's chat post stream about where people are staying.
Yes. I have to say, as good as Budvar is, it's a bit of a come down from what we've been drinking.
Yeah, it's funny. You know, when it's your first beer and you crack a Budvar, you're like, yes, this is absolutely ace. But then,
Yeah, the only thing I like about this is it makes my tiny hands look big.
is that? Did you? Sorry, which one did you open in the end, John? Was it the triple Carmine?
But
What
how
was
is the 5.2 Stella?
Oh, it was the Stella.
It's just
Stella.
because I should have a pub fight in a minute.
Yeah.
Lydia!
I've never been a Stella fan. There's something about it I just
Yeah.
don't like.
I'm the same. I've never gelled with it.
Don't know.
No.
I know I know it has its place, and I know I sound like an utter beer snob, but I just, the best bit is the glass.
There you go.
Right. Disco says, that's right, John, about the 4 Pure CEO. Went around criticising craft beer can art, and they made the changes to the can to be more plain variety.
Yeah, I don't think it did him any favors because
No.
there's some people that, well, I don't know enough, but people that I've met in the trade don't talk about them in a fond way.
Mm.
But I don't know I have no idea what drama went down. I've no idea.
There you
For
go.
my
Well,
time.
it's not an industry where shade's thrown around often, so when it is, it's probably quite a rubbish experience. Dave Wilson says, anyone in London on the 17th of June, great beer festival at Fuller's Brewery, the London Brewers Alliance.
Oh, I'd like that.
Oh, they'd have some good ones there. Can you imagine drinking like ESB or London Pride, like 2 meters from where it was brewed?
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Disco says, not sure if I will, Dave Wilson, but look out for it on my local brewery at Parry Vale there. Sobieski, good afternoon, sir. He says, hi, Dave Wilson. That sounds like fun. I'm looking to get in tickets. And then Yorkshire Peacocks, hiya. 12 cans of wild beer millionaire for £6 at Crate Escape. Bargain, yeah. The beers.
Yeah, boy.
I'll tell you what Crate Escape is. It's a bit like TK Maxx. It's a mumble jumble of stuff that's kind of come in close or past its sell by date, same as clothes in terms of fashion senses. And it's not a place where you can go and be like, I want a top quality IPA, I want a top quality pale, I want a top quality stout, blah, blah, blah. It's somewhere to go where if you got a couple of quid in your pocket, you think, I just want to fill up the fridge. Hello, darling. Tintin's here. And you will find some fantastic beer for not a lot of money. Come in then. Say hello, everybody. Hello. Say hi. Oh, she's waving. Say hiya. Good girl. Lots of waves, eh? Where's my ear? Well, what have you got down your face? Makeup. Brilliant. She's been drawing April's getting ready to go out, and she gets April's pencils. And April wiped her face over there. She had blusher all over her face. I think I'm off pink. See this? That's like eyeliner pencil. Can you see it down?
Yeah. Let's that.
Where's my ear? Are you waving, everybody?
John, you've gone very dark. You're sat kind of mysteriously.
I'm I'm no idea.
Okay, good words.
But festivals this year, lads. What are we thinking? What are we doing? Is Lord's going to go to anything? Are you thinking of anything, John? Oh my
I'm
lord!
thinking of going to Great British. Well, we're doing Great British Beer Festival. I've already signed up for that.
Are you doing the bar at the same sort of... Look at her, watch her hair, look. Watch her hair, ready? Doing. Boing. Can you see that? Boing.
Is that bright enough
Yes.
for me?
So, oh no.
That's very good, John.
But yeah, what are you... It's coming out to you, Eight. Are you doing the same bar setup, John, at GBBF?
Yes, exactly the same as last time. Exactly.
Do you know what?
Oh,
do you know
exactly.
who you're next to or what you're near yet? Have they done the plan?
No idea. Honestly, I don't know.
Well,
All
say
I've
it's
done is
it's
sign
September,
some
isn't it?
paperwork.
September, October, I think. GBBF.
Yeah, I've signed some paperwork. At least I think I have. I need to check, I've got a feeling I had an email from him and then I didn't read it and moved on to something else because it was something else was pressing. I'll have to go back. In fact, I'll write it down because I'll forget. This is why I have notepads just full of stuff that I need to do.
Just in case.
Message GBBF.
Yeah, that's literally what. And also, there's something with Brew York that they've invited me to do.
Ooh.
So it's like some sort of charity event. So that's quite good fun. So I might do that. Do you know what? Tomorrow morning, I might get up and I'll have chance to have a coffee and just read that email through that Lee sent me. It was Lee or Wayne. What shall we have next, crumbly bread man?
Right, shall we roll it one more time for the beers for the outro because we've got 8 minutes until Martin needs to disappear.
Look at her hair.
It's just like Jimmy Neutron.
Doesn't she? Go for it, Tom. One last roll. Neck of beer.
Right
Then we're off.
Let's go.
Rolling.
It's going to go the same again, isn't it?
Stouter and port, yeah.
Oh no!
Ooh.
Ale or IPA, just.
Right. We've got some good stuff for this category, I tell you.
I
haven't. Let me see. Right then. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm on the fluid.
That makes me have lines now. What the...
Right. What have we got?
Good laugh.
Pale IPA.
There we go. So, I'd just like to say that I'm back with my beer, but they're still messing around. And they're always saying that I'm the one that's unprepared, but actually I've got my beer first. Just saying.
Hello, Mr. John.
Very good, very nice. So, I have got... I'll wait for... Crammy sounds like he's lost in his fridge.
I'm buried. Hold on. Hello.
Hi.
I'm coming. I'm up. Go on then. What you got?
I have got... Trying to adjust my light so I don't look completely washed out. I've got this one.
Oh, you bought it.
Yeah, I thought I fancied it. Lucy Goes West, Devil's Peak. And it is a 6% West Coast IPA. And it is a collab between Fierce Brew and Devil's Peak, which is based in South Africa.
Oh, you bought one?
You like that beer, yeah?
Yeah.
I nearly bought.
Yeah,
I
man.
nearly bought some of those. So I'm intrigued to know what they're like. I am drinking a year out of date. This
dear.
this wheel of beer is really good for getting rid of stuff out of your fridge. I've learned a year out of date. Lava lamp encryption.
Oh, that's
Asvex, yeah. And the reason it's sat in the back of my fridge, this high quality beer, is because it's very citra forward. And as you know, I'm not the biggest fan. So I'm praying for immense hop fade. It's a double IPA, 8% Citra Mosaic and Galaxy. So I'm hoping that after a year, this might actually now be to my taste. We'll find out.
Well, the thing is, as a lot of I've drunk Asvex beers when they're canned quickly. So I'm drinking probably 3 or 4 week old canned beer, and it's very, very green. So I still think this is going to be quite pokey.
Probably.
Well, this
this
is very lively.
This is a can of one of 3 beers from their first ever opening. So as soon as they were open to the public, this was one of 3 beers you could buy from them.
Nice.
So it's a first batch.
And I feel guilty about this because I told Tom, and I told Tom about the Neon Raptor link. Tom then bought if you bought, what was it, Tom? If you bought gift cards, you got double the value or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I got 50 quid's worth of beer for 25 quid, I think is what happened. Yeah.
And then that's when I found out about Tom's hatred for Citra, because every single one of their Pales and IPAs that they were launched with had Citra in it. But I told Tom, but Tom had to buy the vouchers before they released the beers.
Yes, you did, yeah.
So he was committed.
So what I did in the end was bought 6. I bought 2 of each beer that was launched, and with the rest of the money, because I didn't want any more of them, because I thought I probably wasn't going to like any of them, I bought a T-shirt, and I do like the T-shirt still. So
Which you wore in your Keller Beers review, didn't you?
I did indeed.
Neil Long sent me a picture of his Asvex treats. His treat for tonight. Oh, nice, Neil Long.
Which one is it?
He's got a stemmed Teku, Seagull King, double IPA.
Oh, yeah.
And Abysmal Plains. Just a nice single IPA.
Very nice.
Lovely glass. Look at that rose gold detail.
So
their brand's good in it, Asvex.
Yeah,
the way they do things is good.
So this is very pale in colour, very hazy, and this is went out of date at the end of 22, and it's still really, really punchy. Typically, it smells like a Westie. It's grassy, piney, with a hint of, I would say, guava, specifically of the tropical fruits, in my opinion. And I'll try it out.
I've just poured a pale ale that's poured this colour.
Oh.
Wow.
Whose is it?
Pink.
Quite. I can taste that guava actually, and it's it's quite boozy.
This is, because I'm on daddy duties, perfect beer, a light IPA. So if you ever had Striding Edge, the Striding Edge is probably one of the best sub 3% beers I've ever had in my life.
Okay.
From Northern Monk. They've done a winter edition. It's got sweet cherry and blackcurrant in it.
Ah, that explains the colour.
Say hello to everybody. Oh, there we go.
It doesn't even say what hops are in this, but it's very it's not, it's bitter. It lacks something. It's a lot softer. You know, like Mark, when we've tried the Australian beers, they've got that softness.
Yeah.
It's like that. Exactly.
Soft hops, isn't it? Do you like soft hops?
Exactly.
At the seaside.
At the sea, soft hops at the seaside.
There you go. I think Asvex have done something that no one else has managed to do, because I would not say that was a hop faded beer at all.
That's what I thought. Their beers are normally really green, so you probably got a month or two of greenness in the beer.
That is one of the hoppiest beers I've drank this year, and it's a year out of it. That's insane.
Well, that's a surprise.
I've just googled this beer, and Hopscene video has come straight up as the first thing. Rob, you're famous. You're famous.
Famous.
I just wanted to know what hops are. It's got oats in it for sure. That makes sense. Let's have a look.
Right, guys, it's 6:30. As you can see, I've now been past this little lady.
That's it. He's on daddy duty.
So we're going to call it a day. Say bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. See you later, alligators.
For the 24 of you that are left in the chat, thank you very much for sticking around. At 7 o'clock, Chris's beer reviews is going live with Barry from All the Beer No Idea. Go and check him out, and if you haven't subbed already, drop him a sub because he's just reached 1,000, and he, deserves it. He's good old boys, Chris. Stop.
It's going to be very exciting. And
right,
Simon
guys.
Simon. Who else is live? I think that's it.
And if you haven't subscribed already, which I know you probably have, check out the Crummy Beard and Lord's Beer Reviews, Lord's Brewing Company on YouTube. Say bye. Bye.
Bye.
And thanks so much, guys. Like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. I will see you on the next one. Tom, cheers.
I'm gonna troll your outro.
Go on. Cheers.